Well, the whole process of putting the Lost Albums project together was, heartbreaking at times and frustrating. Recording engineers who'd promised us material and tapes wouldn't show up. There were a lot of meetings that never happened, but every so often you'd hear something, something would come to fruition and it would make it all worth it. And the great Lost Queen album, An Afternoon at the Opticians, was one of those moments. The first time I put the headphones on and heard this, everything became worthwhile. Basically, 1986, Freddie Mercury's in a very bad place. Queen were a hugely successful live act, but had kind of lost their audience from a recording point of view. And then Freddie got inspiration because of a bizarre accident at one of his parties. He tripped over a dwarf, reaching for Jaffa Cake apparently, and poked his eye out on something, sausage on a stick, something, whatever it was, and became kind of inspired and found a way to reconnect with ordinary people by completing the trilogy of A Night at the Opera, A Day at the Races with An Afternoon at the Opticians. And he wanted to use glaucoma as a kind of way to comment on wider issues, on alienation, on gender warfare, and walking into stuff. And so they made this incredible album. It was fraught with problems because Freddie wanted the rest of the band to really appreciate what it was like to have eyesight problems, so everybody had to wear bags over their heads, not just the rest of the band, the recording engineer, the producer, and that was, problematic. As one of the tracks fades out, you can hear Brian May falling into Roger Taylor's drum kit. You can hear John Deacon say, "Mind where you're bloody going, Freddie," which is kind of interesting, but, ultimately, not a great listening experience. But there are still gems on this album. Tracks like Blurred Vision, Fat-Bottomed Ophthalmologist, I See a Little Silhouetto, I See a Massive Silhouetto. Sorry, fuck! Fuck! Okay, I shall pick that up. But there are still gems on this album, some wonderful tracks. Blurred Vision, one of my favourites. Fat-Bottomed Ophthalmologist, I See a Little Silhouetto, I See a Massive Silhouetto. There's some really good stuff. And to this day, people who have heard it think that the best way to hear it and to pay proper sort of homage to Freddie is to listen to it blindfolded, or even better, with your fingers in your ears.